Everybody, it's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network, and this is the Heaven Hollywood Report, and yet another exclusive that you can only get on the IE Network. And this is news on Nicki Minaj, Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, and Cardi B, the 4 female premier rappers in the game. We're going to start this off with Queen Nicki Minaj news for all the Nicki Minaj fans. And I know all of the so-called Nicki fans saying, oh, how come we don't know about this if this is news? Well, you don't have the connections I got, homie. So you wouldn't know about this. You got to be in a certain circle to know the stuff that I know. All right? Let's get to it. Nicki Minaj, as people are waiting for this documentary, on HBO Max. Now, this documentary, everyone was looking forward to hearing it and seeing it and watching it. But now I'm hearing that the documentary got pushed back further this year, and it may not even come out to the the final quarter of this year, meaning the final 3 months of the year. They're having a lot of issues with the editing and the marketing. There are some things that are there that Nicki feels as though it's a little bit outdated. But then again, she does not want to cut out too much because it is, showing a lot of things that happened before, leading up to the Queen album. And she also has to make it a certain time with HBO Max because this is now what started as just a documentary has now turned into a docuseries. They signed it for a docuseries, and Nicki wants to make sure that she gets everything in there that she needs to make her point. As I was saying before, there is going to be, never heard before music with the doc. Okay? Now, it's probably about 2 songs that she planned on releasing, with the doc. There's songs ready to go. She just wants to make sure, she can release these and clear these records. Now, I did hear that Nobody is going to be in the documentary, in the docuseries, and she does have a story in there about, Nobody, about her trying to get that record cleared, with Kanye's people. So that should be in the docuseries. She really loved that record and loved her bars on that record. The album that people were looking forward to new Nicki music. I already told you guys, earlier this year that Nicki's not dropping an album in 2021. All right? And I just got that confirmed again, this week. Nicki's not dropping an album in 2021. All right? You may get the 2 singles or another single, something to help promote the docuseries. But as far as an album goes, she's not going to drop an album in 2021. And the reason being is that, Nicki Minaj has been being a mother. She's also waiting out what happens with this court case with her husband. And she takes her pride in her writing all of her material. She doesn't really want people helping her with the hooks. She doesn't want people helping her with the melodies. She wants to take pride in writing all of it herself. And when you do that, that's a gift and a curse. Yes, it's great that we get authentic Nicki verses with no help, but then it's going to take time. She's being in the middle of her being a mother and a wife. Remember, she's still technically a newlywed. So, in the midst of her being a mother and a wife, writing an album, that's going to take some time, especially if she wants to give off good material. And she, personally herself, she loved the material from Queen, but once it came out, she felt as though the album could have been better, and she felt as though there were certain moves and certain tracks that she would not have put on. And she was not necessarily in love with the results that she got from Queen. She thought that she was going to sell much more of Queen than she did. So no album 2021, should be an album 2022 first quarter, depending on if Nicki finished writing this album this year. Megan Thee Stallion put out to the world that she's taking a hiatus. Okay? Now, everyone wanted to know, why would Megan be taking a hiatus right now after winning 3 Grammys? No one's ever done that before, but that's not true. Adele takes a long break after every time she on award show and she comes and cleans up in awards. Adele then takes a long time off. Now, this seems a little skeptical because it wasn't like she did any world tours because of COVID. However, Meg Thee Stallion over the last year and a half, 2 years has been the hardest working female rapper in the business. Harder than Doja Cat, harder than Cardi B, harder than Nicki Minaj. It's been Meg Thee Stallion who has pretty much been and let's not take what Saweetie's done for granted. I know everybody laughs at Saweetie, don't take her serious, but Saweetie's been working over these last 2 years. But Meg Thee Stallion had been putting it down, and she's been working hard. Now, all this thing's about replenishing, all right, and recharging. Those are words you use when you're going to visit an MK Ultra doctor. Now, I do believe that this case, the next time they come with this case, I do believe this case is going to end. And it's going to end with a dismissal. And I believe that's May 2nd for the next court date. And I believe it's going to end with a dismissal. Now, that is not going to get Megan in any trouble. But I do believe on May 2nd, she's disappearing. She knows the court date is coming up. I believe it's going to end in a dismissal. But Megan, there's not going to be no damage done to her. Now, with them saying the managers will be running her account, that right there lets you know that she's away doing something. A lot of people had rumors saying it was rehab. As we all know, aka Partisan Fontaine, that's her handler. Okay? For everyone who doesn't know, Partisan is her handler. If you don't know what handlers are, then you really haven't been paying attention to my live or to Gina's blog, in case you didn't know. So, Partisan Fontaine is her handler. And this is all the looks of a couple of things going away, because she has put out enough material, regardless of what people say. Even last week, Good News was selling 20,000. She sold about 20,000 copies just a couple of weeks ago. So her records are still selling. And people are still laughing at now it was not doing what she wanted to do and what she expected. The records like with Maroon 5 and a couple of her features with the baby, like they didn't do what she hoped it to do. She also just put out a record, I believe, with Lil Durk. But her records are selling. Okay, she's still charting. She's not going number one, but over the last 2 years, there's been no female rappers who have put in more work than Meg Thee Stallion. Doja Cat. It's time for Doja Cat to slide in as Megan takes their break, because now it's time. Doja Cat is now ready. You see how they time it? All of this is calculated. This year is going to be Cardi B versus Doja Cat. That's what they're setting up for. Who's going to be the reigning queen of rap? We all know that Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap forever. But who's going to be that chick? Doja Cat's album is dropping soon. Cardi's album is dropping this year as well. But Cardi's team has been a little bit more calculated when they releasing the music. Doja Cat's coming with new stuff right now. And she's got features. She's already dropped a feature with Ariana Grande and Meg Thee Stallion. She's got she dropped a feature with Saweetie that charted. She's now getting ready to release a record with The Weeknd that's probably going to go #1 and probably break all sorts of records. This is what I am anticipating. And they have pretty much given Doja Cat the helm. Now, there is something that has to be fixed with her and Roc Nation. And people say, oh, she doesn't need Roc Nation. Roc Nation is the head. Beyonce and Jay-Z are the head. Nothing moves if Beyonce and Jay-Z isn't on board. All right? So I would expect, a project of some sort with a Roc Nation artist. Maybe not necessarily Beyonce, but some sort of project with a Roc Nation artist. And Doja Cat, her 2021, Megan dominated 19 and 20. She got her 3 Grammys. Now Doja Cat year is 2021. And her with Cardi B are going to be going for who's the top female rapper of 2021, because Megan is going to take a hiatus for about 3 to 4 months. When she comes back, her time may be over. Now, as far as Cardi B goes, we all know Cardi B had the #1s. Okay? She had the last 2 singles she has dropped has both went to #1. WAP and Up. So the question everyone is asking, where is the album? When is the album dropping? I originally had heard April. The album was supposed to drop. However, something took place. Up, coming off of the Grammy performance, was dropping off the charts until the performance. When she did the Grammy performance and then the videos, the TikTok videos, that shot back up the charts. They were not expecting that. Came right on time. Up went up to charts, and then Up became the #1 record in the world. And it's still on top of a lot of the global playlisting charts and things like that. So that made Atlantic say, hold up, hold it. Why rush this album? They were getting ready to put the album out because they thought Up was getting ready to fall off the charts. And what Atlantic is doing with Cardi B is they want to make it so Cardi never has a record that is not in the top 20. The moment that record starts dropping, they want to have new music out. Okay? So that's what I've been told, and that's what I'm hearing. The reason why she keeps pushing this album back is because they're calculating and they're watching the numbers and they're watching the charts. And Atlantic's saying, well, why rush this? We still have Up out here. Same thing they had did with WAP. Now, WAP and Up are 2 of the biggest rap singles in the past 2 years, from 2020, 2021. All right? She just, set, a streaming record with WAP. WAP, I believe, was #1 4 weeks a total. So that was a big record. And then the controversy that comes with her Grammy performance. Now, people are saying, well, what about What do you say about all the negativity that's going on with her and Nicki Minaj's fans? Well, I got it exclusively, and I'm not going to tell you where I got it from, but trust me, like I said, if you're in certain circles, you get to find out and you're privy to certain information that regular people just not privy to. Okay? Regular people meaning people outside of the circle. Not saying, oh, just I am a regular person, but people outside the circle are not privy to. Okay? Cardi B, and when she gets into the altercations with the barbz, when she gets into the altercations with the Nicki fans, I have been told that she exclusively told someone, this is a plan. You know, I use them for engagement. And I'll tell you why. If Cardi B has a certain amount of engagement on Twitter and on social media, she gets a check. I know a lot of people did not know that, but Cardi B gets a check if she has a certain amount of engagement on Twitter. And with the backlash of the awards, with the backlash of her records, that's just upping her engagement. Why do you think she keeps responding when she can very easily just say, you know what, I'm done? When she says, oh, I'm quitting Twitter, and then 2 days later she's back, because she's starting to realize, starting to get marketing. Okay? And when you're a pulverizing figure like Cardi B is, there is no such thing as bad publicity. As you see, it looked like bad publicity with Candace Owens. What happened? Up went right to number one. Cardi's performance at the Grammys helped Up go to number one. Now her last two records, she put out two number ones. One with a collab with Megan, one by herself. So now Cardi B, Up once again, is in the top 10. It has not left the top 10 since it got released in February. We are now going into May. So while everyone thinks that, this should be some sort of mark or blemish on her, because look what's going on with her and the barbz, and her and the Nicki fans, and her and all the conservatives that's coming at her. Cardi B is calculating and planning this stuff out. Okay? So she knows for a fact that Nicki Minaj is never going to respond to her. Nicki Minaj does not respond, to people on social media that come at her. She's on a different level. She's in a different bracket. As far as she doesn't need to respond to anyone. But as I told everyone about 2 years ago, I seriously believe that there is a record that is being negotiated with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. And it's not going to be a motorsport situation. It's going to be a record that they actually work on. All right? So I'm not sure if Drake is going to be the mediator in the middle, because she doesn't mess with Quavo anymore. So it could possibly be that. Another thing about Cardi's album and Nicki's album are they are both looking for big time features. Nicki Minaj is at the point now where she's saying, you know what, if I'm going to do features, it's going to be huge. If I'm not going to do it with Drake or Wayne, my features from now on, I'm not doing anybody any more favors. I've already done favors for people the past 3 years, and those favors are not, they're not brought back to me. Okay? So she's going to do features with big time artists. She'll probably do another one with Ariana Grande, because those records that her and Ariana had, Ariana Grande was big, but she is not the Ariana that she is right now. So a record with Ariana Grande now could result in a #1 and a big time record for the radio. So I do believe she will do another record with Ariana. Doja Cat, she liked the thing that she did with Doja Cat the first time, but the thing about Nicki is she's going to feel as though, okay, what other kind of record could we make? Or if we're going to make the same type of record, then I'm not going to do it because, like I said, Nicki is very smart and business-minded. She knows about the business. Okay, she's one of the smartest artists that she's learned along the way, and she's learned from her mistakes. So it's gonna have to be big time artists. Her collab with The Weeknd flopped, and she was very disappointed the way that record performed. But that is all four female rappers, and the exclusive on what's happening with them. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the channel, and share this video with your friends. Peace.